Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps over some...
To be able to introduce for the first time ever any...
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right?
That Donald Trump couldn't find Ukraine on a map if you had the letter U and a picture of an actual physical crane next to it. Partly him playing to their base and playing to their audience that Donald Trump's a smart one and y'all elitists are dumb.
You elitists with your geography and your maps and your spelling, even though
your math and your reading.
Yeah, you're reading, you know.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
Volunteers with the Republican Party of Duval County say they're shaken up after they say the driver of a van intentionally drove through their tent as they registered people to vote today.
This man, who was arrested and charged with driving a van into a voter registration tent, narrowly missing volunteers campaigning for President Trump.
And God bless America. Thank you very much.
The United States is running concentration camps on our southern border, and that is exactly what they are. They are concentration camps.
A man armed with a rifle has been shot by the police after attacking an immigration detention center in the U.S. state of Washington. The suspect threw explosives at the building and cars in the parking lot. An eyewitness says he also tried to set fire to a large propane tank outside the facility.
Jussie Smollett in custody and under arrest just minutes ago. Investigators say he is no victim and that his story is now unraveling.
Detectives in Chicago say he filed a false police report.
They called me They called me
There was an employee at the FBI who altered a document that was used in the preparation for one of the FISA warrants, one of the warrants, surveillance warrants that was done against Carter Page, who was the Trump campaign aide.
Clearly, this is going to reverberate and provide ammunition to the president and his allies that this whole Russia investigation was criminally wrong.
A shooter opened fire during an early morning baseball practice for congressional Republicans. Police identified the shooter as 66-year-old James Hodgkinson of Illinois. He ran a Facebook group called Terminate the Republicans. Senator Bernie Sanders says Hodgkinson was a former campaign volunteer.
I thought he would crash the stock market, and I don't think he will. I'm hoping, actually, because that's one thing that would maybe lose him a lot of support in the Republican Party.
Rage over an election, sparking protests from coast to coast and cities in between. In Oakland, what started as a peaceful protest quickly turning violent. Demonstrators burning flags and vandalizing cars.
Throwing stuff at her.
She needs to come in. Like, she's not in.
She's not safe.
Someone get her in.
Police in Texas are looking for a man caught on camera assaulting a teen.
If we can, here it is. Okay, there it is. So he took off the hat, threw the drink at him. Okay, this is at a Whataburger restaurant. The teen says he didn't do anything to provoke this guy.
Meanwhile, a video going viral, a vape shop worker has a MAGA meltdown over a pro-Trump customer.
I just want to purchase something.
Get the off in here, man. I don't give a get out.
You're not allowed
allowed to share hate language in
This,
the university.
I'm saying make America great. What is hate language about? You don't care. I want to hear.
Make America great again means make America all for white people, no immigrants, no people of different sexual orientation.
His wife is an immigrant. His wife is an immigrant.
That doesn't mean anything.
If you want me to come talk to David, I will.
You gotta take
Make
it off.
America. Why does he have to take it off? Do me a
Because
favor,
of what it
please.
stands for. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
New president-elect.
From New York City to Oakland, there were arrests made overnight. In addition to those reports of vandalism, police say Molotov cocktails were also thrown at them.
A disturbing viral video shows a mob of teens in Make America Great Again hats harassing a Native American elder in Washington. The teenage students have sparked outrage on social media after they were filmed surrounding the men.
I realized I had put myself in a really dangerous situation.
Clearly, these boys are not getting a good education.
A heartbreaking display of blatant hate, disrespect, and intolerance. And she put some of the blame on President Donald Trump.
Pending an anti-abortion March for Life rally when they converge with 5 Hebrew Israelites, a radical movement that is growing more militant. Some students harassing an older Native American man, a Vietnam vet, in the midst of a special ceremony. It does look like that young man to me is taunting the Native American Vietnam vet. This face-to-face confrontation igniting charges of racism. The kid, Nick Sandman, he doesn't seem to be afraid, but he did make a choice, and that was to make it into a standoff.
They started shouting a bunch of, homophobic, racist, derogatory comments at us.
What kinds of things did you hear them say?
I heard them call us incest kids, bigots, racists. They call us
a bunch of incest babies! A bunch of child molested. Did you feel threatened at all?
I definitely felt threatened.
And none of my classmates are racist people.
Did anyone say, build the wall?
After a review of the videos, NBC News could not hear anyone shouting that hot button phrase.
The all clear at Holmes High School just a short time ago. This parking lot that was full of emergency responders here has cleared out. They searched the building and found nothing after school and weekend activities will go on as scheduled here at Holmes High School.
It looks like Covington High School student Nick Sandman has scored a legal win after being smeared by the media. CNN has settled a $250 million defamation suit Sandman filed. It's over a confrontation with the Native American man that made the teenager look like the aggressor.
I'm wondering exactly why it's so necessary to keep me personally out.
We're just following protocol, sir.
Well, why is your protocol to keep me specifically out?
What country protocol? Soviet Union or United States?
So, just to be clear, if I attempt to enter that hall right there and sit down just to listen to somebody speak, or if I attempt to ask a question or engage in free speech, you will have me arrested.
At this point, yes, sir.
Okay. And again, folks, if you're watching on the live stream, the waves of students that you see entering right now are being sneaked in.
Because in America in 2016, you have to use the back door if you want to participate in free speech. You get to block the front door if you're a member of the left.
Lina Abdullah via Facebook, and this is how it's written.
They pulled a firearm. That's a criminal action.
You know what? They're not going to stop us.
That's right.
Social justice, however, suggests that your group identity, your identity as a person, relieves you of individual responsibility to be a decent human being. So you get to interrupt lectures if you're the right race or if you're the right gender or the right sexual orientation. You get to do these things without punishment because, after all, that's in the nature of social justice, group justice. We don't hold you responsible for your individual actions. You get extra points in heaven because you were born with a certain skin color or sexual orientation. We've seen over the past few weeks. What happened at California's UC Berkeley campus was especially ugly. Fires set, windows smashed, police officers targeted with rocks, all because a Breitbart senior editor and conservative writer Milo Yiannopoulos was there to give a speech.
Noticed is there seem to be emerging relationships. I wouldn't go as far as to call it collusion, but there are understandings between college administrators, local mayors, and the police force that they're going to stand back and do nothing.
He needs to start withdrawing federal funding from colleges that refuse to honor their First Amendment commitments. It needs to start with UC Davis, UW Seattle, and UC Berkeley.